Hey, I'm on, running a little behind. I had a meeting that just did not want to end. It was a good meeting. That's probably why it didn't want to end. But sometimes I feel like I wanted to be properly prepared when I came online with you guys. So I took a moment or two to grab a couple of things out of my makeup bag so they weren't rolling around on the floor or some other place that I can't reach. I know you want to see the Stardust Look. I may have to clarify what that is. It is this look from page 13 in our holiday catalog. And I think I posted an image of her in Facebook, but I will be sure to, when I do the thumbnail, to include this so you can see it. And I did not have time to put my base face on, so I will kind of skip a couple steps and just very quickly add them on without too much talk because I want to have it on, but I don't want to have to explain what I'm doing. So if you are following along and know what I'm doing, great. If not, you can always ask questions in the comments below, and I can take a moment to explain in my replies to your comments later on the replay. Normally, I put my makeup on pretty quick. It's not always recommended to use your hands, but I can wash my hands a second time. I already washed them once. And I will use my mirror because obviously I can't see off the computer screen what I'm doing. Pretty much if you've ever watched me do a demo, you know all the products I'm using initially. Primers, the CC cream, under eye corrector, and so forth. I could go right to foundation, but I like the CC cream for its ability to color correct any redness, depending on if it's from being outside or if the heat's cranked up too high in here. I got the laundry running, so that may be causing me to look a little ruddy. And I'm wearing a sweater today, so that might have an effect on me too. Usually I'm wearing a lighter weight top. But now base face is on really quick without too much explanation. So I'm going to jump right in to the instructions as they're given. They talk about having a look that's like ambient beams of light dances across the horizon. Everyday makeup artist look reflects warm tones, illuminating images for a radiant look. So we're going for a lighter weight everyday look. I'm going to comb out my eyebrows and pull my hair out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. I oftentimes will pre-comb out my lashes so they don't get tangled later. Now, it doesn't give a lot of description, but I can basically understand the point it's getting at. It talks about using the light beam and then the hazelnut as a base and then the cinnabar on your crease. So that basically means I want the all-over brush, the crease brush, probably the blending brush. I may or may not use the smudger. And another thing, it talks about the eyebrows. I have not drawn my eyebrows in. I'm going to do them very quickly, but it talks about the brow liner and brow tint. I prefer the liner myself. And I only have a couple spots that are sparse, so I don't have to draw the whole eyebrow, but I have a tendency to want to overfill, and sometimes it looks funny. So yeah, I just made them a little more noted. I don't go crazy with, painting them on. I'm going to use the light beam across my lid first, almost like a primer, but also because I think it looks great on the whole lid. Now this is where you'd use your cream color brush, except I grabbed it to use for my under eye correcting. Now I have a second one, but I'm not going to run off camera and I can't pause this. This is a live video. So I'm going to just use my finger. You could use the doe foot applicator. This is my demo, but I just want you to understand you don't just put it on and leave it. You blend it. And I want this to basically brighten up my lid area. So doing the same with the other eye. I'm putting it on the base of the lid, but I'm spreading it across the whole eye, in case you're wondering what or how I'm doing that. Then with the all-over color brush, I'm grabbing the hazelnut and putting that on the lid, the lower lid. And next, we'll take the crease brush with the cinnabar, and with the point out, I'm going to go up the crease, and I'm going to fill in the outside corner a little. Now, one of the drawbacks is this model, if you look at her, has a hooded lid. You don't see the lower lid like you do on me. So if you have a hooded lid, where you put the color will be a little different than where I'm putting it. Just wanted you to be aware of that as you're looking at the model and looking at me and trying to figure out why the look is different. Also, because you can barely see it in the catalog, I will hold up the hazelnut and cinnabar for you. Hazelnut is this lighter one. Cinnabar is this darker one. I missed a loose piece of hair. It's so distracting, you know what I mean? Already you can see there's a hint of color, but it's not heavy. It's just nice. So it talks about using a highlighter and a cheek color. So this is where I get to show off our cheek brush and its multiple features. There is the feature that basically is the flat top. There's the edge. And then when you put your thumb in here, you get kind of the equivalent of a fan brush. So I am going to use the highlighter, which is called Glazed, all over above my cheekbone, like here. And then the blush will be in the hollow of my cheek, and that is Rosy Nude. So starting with I always go from temple down towards the nose. We don't want to necessarily make me super metallic looking. We want a nice hint of highlight, but not necessarily a super bright shine. You can put highlighter elsewhere, but I'm going to stick to these two spots on the face and maybe a little bit in the forehead, the chin, and down the tip of the nose. Nothing heavy, just a little bit. And of course, I've got like everyone and their brother messaging me. Good thing I silenced my phone. And then again, the color, I usually start from right about the ear, around the temple, towards the mouth, stopping 2 finger widths away. We don't want to go too low, so kind of just below the nose. And then you blend it out. I have an all-over color brush I can use for that if I feel the need. And you may want to blend these two colors together a little so it's not a distinctive set of lines. See how that looks blended? It's not like super heavy. Camera lighting is different than on-camera lighting, I should say. So I've blended just about everything I can think of. And when in doubt, you can always blend more. No rule saying you have to stop. It recommends the black eyeliner, and it recommends the deep brown eyeliner, but I prefer our liquid black eyeliner. That is just me. Brown would look fine on just anybody, but I am a fan of this, so. Going to be drawing towards the center, but not all the way across, about maybe 3/4 of the way. Short lines, and I connect the dots. See, simple. Nothing too major. No big wing. I try to keep the line thin under eye. Again, it's a personal preference, but it's a daytime look. It's not meant to be like, oh my God, she's wearing makeup. It's supposed to be like, you look nice. Something subtly is different about you, but I can't quite place it. That is the intent. So quickly, I put on some eyelash primer, I should say, not eye primer, eyelash primer. And I like my Fanorama. It recommends the Lash Love Mascara. This is basically the same formula, different shape wand. I'll use my mirror yet again. If you're going to curl, I curl before mascara so that you don't accidentally stick your lashes to the lash curler and yank some of them out accidentally as you're curling. I've heard stories, don't personally have much experience with artificial lashes. Apparently those you curl before, actually after you put them on. I don't know if people put mascara on false lashes because, as I said, I don't wear false lashes, but I will investigate that and get back to you before I forget. I'm not done, but I don't want to forget my finishing spray because I'm going to go out and do some errands later and I would like to look my best. Now, you can use a lip liner if you want to. I'm going to skip that for time's sake. It recommended the Very Famous, which I forgot how dark this is. It's a bright color. It doesn't look that dark on her though, but I'm going to put it on, but I will go easy. It's a semi-matte gel color. Double check my lines here. Okay. Thankfully, I can pull off a color like this, so I keep turning my body so you don't see my face square on. So this is the look. Basically, bold lip, neutral eye. That would be how I define it if I had to put it in a brief explanation for an audience member. You could easily go with a lighter, less bold lip color, and it would not hurt the look at all. And I feel like personally, I'm going to have to take some of this off, or I'm going to have to spray my mask with my finishing spray because I know this is going to smear all over the inside of my mask as I'm about to go out and do errands. But it is such a cute look. I wanted you to see the finished product. I will definitely take a picture and put up a thumbnail shortly. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And of course, in the description or comments, I will put the prices of all the products. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Hope you're having fun at your holiday shopping. Bye.